everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone's doing good and everyone's all well and stuff. I'm doing a makeup tutorial today on this summery, bronzy, shiny, shimmery look. I've just gone for a bit of a cut crease, my first time ever, so please no judgments, and a nice bit of a glossy lip and a slight bronze going on. If you'd like to see how I created this look, or to see my first attempt at doing a cut crease, then just keep watching. To start with, I'm going in with the Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer in number 1 Fair. As you can tell, it's all rubbed off a little bit. I use this just to prime my eyelids. I literally love this concealer because I feel like it's got really good coverage. Yeah, it does stay on, if you know what I mean, instead of like slip around your face. Might not really be ideal for a primer, but I'm going to put like loads of powder over it anyway just to mattify a little bit, just as a little base for eyeshadow, to be honest. Best thing about this concealer as well, it's only £4, so yes, definitely give that a go. I'm going to powder my eyelids with the Rimmel Stay Matte powder in the colour 006 Warm Beige. Again, a really good value for money. It's quite a mattifying powder, but since I've got quite oily skin, I feel like I need quite a lot of it for it to be able to work, so depends on your skin type, I guess. Oh, and I'm using a Real Techniques contour brush, just because I feel it's like a good size for the eyelid. I like to powder my eyelids quite a lot because I get quite oily eyelids and I don't really want my eyeshadow to transfer. I've only actually recently started doing my eye makeup first, and I thought like it would be too weird to do it, and I thought like, why would you want to do that for? Like, everyone does the base first, but when people say about fallout and like being able to you know, create a really nice straight line across here, I think that's actually a really good idea. Instead of it like all falling onto your face, having to add more foundation or more makeup, it just feels less worrying, if you know what I mean. Like, I'm going to use the Urban Decay Naked palette. This is the first palette that they came out with, well, in this range. I'm going to be using the colour Naked, which is just this one right here. I think it might be quite a good transition shade, but I could be wrong. I'm just going to be taking, this is a Peggy Sage eyeshadow brush. I'm not sure too many people have probably heard about this, but yes. I dust it in there, top of the excess, and put it in to the crease of my lid. Bear in mind, like, I've never ever done this before, so if it goes horribly wrong, I'm very sorry. I really do love experimenting like with eyeshadows and like different eyeshadow looks, because I don't really feel like I normally get the time or go really many places to be able to do this, so I think that it's quite a nice idea. I'm just going shopping with one of my friends, so I thought I would do my makeup a bit more nice. And I know I've probably got all of the wrong brushes, but at the end of the day, like, I've only recently started doing my makeup a bit more properly, so I'm sort of trying to build up my brush collection opposed to just buying it all at one time. If you want to buy it all at one time, I would definitely do that as well, because I totally agree with the logic that if your makeup's not right, it's not always you, it can be your brushes. So I decided to buy loads of different brushes and just to see if it made a difference, and honestly it did so much, because I was using this and I was like, I've paid so much money for this and like nothing's coming off of the brush, so I was playing on my eyelid, nothing was happening. And then I got a proper eyeshadow brush, and then the product started to come off a lot better, so I do think that brushes are very important. Here's one of my new brushes. It is a Morphe M504 brush. It's just like quite a big fluffy brush, which is really nice. And I'm just going to sweep that across my lid to blend it out. I always find it interesting though to see how people do their eye makeup, because everyone uses different sorts of brushes and everyone has different techniques, and it's always interesting to learn new ways or do something before that you'd never done that's actually a lot quicker than what you originally do, because I feel like I probably take quite a long time to do my eye makeup. I'm just going to go back in with a little bit more of that Naked colour and literally just like pat it in my crease, like so. This is just so that I can get a little bit more definition before adding a darker colour. So I want to blend it up a little bit more just to have that nice transition. I mean, what would people, I don't know what people would say like the trend on eyeshadows at the moment, but I'd be very interested to find out, because I mean, I do watch a lot of YouTube videos and a lot of, you know, makeup artists channels and whatnot, just to see what everyone's doing at the moment with makeup, and I think just everything is so different all the time, like nothing's ever constant. Okay, so I'm still using the Naked palette and I'm going in with the colour Buck, which is just this brown colour here. If you can see, it's like not too much darker, so hopefully this will work as a transition. I'm just using that same brush again. I'm literally just dabbing the tip of it in there like that, because I don't want too much on the brush. Dabbing again. This time though, I'm literally going to take it to the middle, opposed to taking it all the way down, just because I don't want it to go too dark, more to the centre of my eye, just because I feel like it would be a bit too dramatic for a daytime look. I'm quite excited actually, because I'm going shopping with my friend Becca, and from what I remember, like I went shopping the other week with my mum and I saw people with NYX bags. If you're not sure what NYX is, it's an American brand which is like, it's makeup. It's quite a cheap brand actually. I've ordered a couple of things off of Boots before, or even just off of eBay and things like that, just because I wanted to try out their lipsticks, because I saw someone going on and on about them in a tutorial like a year or two ago. So I thought I'd buy one of the lipstick colours, and I literally fell in love with it. It was one of my favourite lipstick colours. It was called Whipped Caviar. It's in their matte collection. So I'm very excited to see if the NYX counter has opened in the Boots near me. Something which I find quite funny is I literally cannot film if anybody's home. The only time I can film a video is if everybody's out, because I find it so awkward if people can hear me talking to myself. Like, I feel like people will make fun of me. Just taking that fluffy brush again. I don't know, I think it's because like I'm new to doing it, so I'm not really used to it, but I guess once you get used to it you don't really care as much. But at this moment in time, no, I still find it so awkward. I'm now just going in with this really deep, it's almost like a reddy brown colour by MAC. This is the colour Embark, and I'm going in with a G27 Morphe brush, which is really cool. It's a little pencil brush there. You can see the tip of it. I really like this because it's really shiny. And if you're wondering where I got my Morphe brushes from, I went on the website called Beauty Bay, which is like a site where you can get American products in England without having to pay like the excessive charges of delivery and whatnot. So that's quite helpful. I'm literally taking a tiny amount of this, and I'm going to put it in my crease, but I'm not going to blend this one. This is just to give it a bit more definition. I mean, so far this is going okay. I feel like this eye looks a bit more dodge, if I'm totally honest, but people just make makeup look so easy on tutorials and just on TV and blah blah blah, but I don't know, it just isn't, is it really? Now I'm just going in with a slightly smaller blending brush. This is the Morphe M139 brush. I'm actually going to just really lightly just blend the top of this out a little bit, just because I feel like it could blend a little bit higher. So now going back to the Naked palette, I'm going to mix these two colours together, so that's Sidecar and Half Baked. I mean, I never usually mix colours together, however I did it the other night and I just thought it was really nice because there was pink glitter in there along with a bit of gold glitter, so I quite like that. Literally all I do is brush, 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 brush. And I'm just going to literally pat this in the centre of my eyelid. I know there's not much, it looks like there's not much pigmentation, but I just feel like This doesn't necessarily, like, this is more of a sheen rather than a dramatic glitter look. I understand that it might be quite hard to be able to tell like where like the glitter is, because my camera isn't the clearest in the world, but I am working on it. I literally want this to be quite a natural look. I don't want it to be anything too dramatic, so like this is what I have so far. I'm then just going to take a bit of Sin and just dab that in the centre of my eyelids, just to give a bit more like high shine in the centre, if you know what I mean. I am pretty much just making this up as I go along because I thought that was the best idea. The only thing I don't like about doing my eyes first is it just looks weird. So you're kind of like, oh, well, why doesn't my makeup look great? Like, my eyes aren't popping, like nothing's really happening at the moment. It's because I haven't got mascara on, foundation to make you look flawless, and that definitely all comes later, definitely. Now for the good part. So I'm just going to take a makeup wipe and literally just going to, it's not exactly going to be like a massively great line because I didn't come down too much, but so where you kind of want it to wipe this line away would be if your eye was to carry on from here, like where that would be. So like just along there. So yeah. So now I'm going in with the Nivea Men Sensitive Post Shave Balm. So a lot of people have been raving about this, and you know, I thought it was reasonably priced. I got it for £5 just in Sainsbury's or Tesco's, one or the other. And yeah, so I thought I'd try it because I felt like all the expensive primers come in like tiny little like tube things that wouldn't last very long, and they're, you know, like triple the price. So yeah, I thought I'd try this out. And a little bit goes a long way, which is great considering it's quite a big pot. So I'm going in with this Miracle Touch foundation by Max Factor. I feel like this is quite an underrated foundation, to be honest. It's very smooth on the skin and really silky. I'm also just going in with the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. Yeah, I don't know, I just feel like it's got really good coverage without feeling cakey at all. One thing I'll say though, because obviously it's a drugstore foundation, it's, you know, it's reasonably priced. The coverage to start with is brilliant, however, like, it doesn't really last very long. It might just be because I've got quite oily skin, so my skin just sort of... And I know, I'm not using a beauty blender. I just think that it just looks like it takes too long. I just can't be bothered with it, even though I'm dabbing this in my face. But people always go on about how it eats up the foundation, and who wants that? So I went into John Lewis the other day, and I went to the Estee Lauder counter because everyone keeps going on about how, like, if you've got quite oily skin, you should try the Double Wear foundation. So I was like, look, I literally don't have a holy grail foundation, I'm not even kidding. I haven't found a foundation that I love, so maybe this will be the one. So I went in and I got colour tested. Can I just say, I got colour tested twice that day because I was completely sure that I was not tested properly. So I went in when I first got there, and then went in by the end of the day and got tested by somebody else. And you're not going to believe this, but I actually got tested for, like, they were like probably about 5 or 6 shades apart, and I'm not even kidding. Like, what is that even about? I got the little tester pots that you get given, and I tried one of them on my face, and then I tried the other one on the other side of my face just to see like what the difference was, and I was slightly horrified. One of them like did not match my neck colour at all. It made me look so pale. It was really strange. I didn't quite understand that. And then the second one was far too dark. It was almost like the colour I would use for like a bronzer almost. I'm now going in with the MAC Studio Fix powder in NC41, which I know is far too dark for me, but I have not got a powder at the moment, so I'm going to have to stick with this one and just dab lightly. I'm just going in with a powder brush by Real Techniques. Something I find quite funny is that this powder is like all the rave. Like, everyone goes on about MAC Studio Fix, like it's the best powder in the world, but I don't know. I've got quite oily skin, so I just don't think it does it for me. I don't know why. Like, to start with it does, but then afterwards it's just kind of like, don't know, just completely forgot to put concealer on. So I'm just going in again with Fair number 1 by Collection Lasting Perfection. And I'm just going to dab this or wipe this under my eye. Literally, when I was younger, I used to do dots like that, and the difference between doing it this way and doing it a dotty way is crazy. I think it's because it just, I don't know, it just blends better. Just going to set my eyes with the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. I'm now just going into contour with the Hoola Bronzer by Benefit. If you're wondering why it's in a weird little packet like this, is because I got some sort of gift set and it just came like this as a little try, which is quite cute. I'm just going to use one of these little brushes that normally come with it. I'm now just going in with the Rimmel Natural Bronze Bronzing Powder in the colour Sun Bronze 022. I actually really like this bronzer, as you can tell. And I'm just going in with a Shock, the blush brush from Real Techniques. I just like this brush because it's a bit more sparse, so it sort of spreads the product a little bit more easily. Just going to take some around my forehead. Do you think like makeup looks so weird when you don't draw your eyebrows in? Like, I was going through pictures of me and my friends the other day on Facebook, just like to wind everyone up really, and I couldn't believe, like, it was, I think, I'm not even kidding, I think it was in like a year or two ago that I started doing eyebrows. Like, tragic, really tragic. I was just looking at pictures of us and we were just like horrified at our eyebrows, like wearing so much eye makeup, because like when you first start going clubbing and stuff and you're like, oh my gosh, like I need so much makeup on because it's dark and no one will see it. And now going in for the part that I hate the most, eyebrows. I'm just using a sleek makeup palette. This is the Au Naturel 601 palette, and I'm using this colour right here, which is like a, I can't explain it, a dark, almost like blacky brown. And I'm just going in with a double-sided eyebrow brush. Also, something I think is really hard and difficult is the fact that I'm starting to try and just buy cruelty-free makeup from now on, and it's a shame because of all the, you know, like MAC eyeshadows and whatnot. There's like a massive range of them, and like every time I watch a tutorial, there's always like a MAC eyeshadow in there. All the stuff I have at the moment that like MAC or anything like that is stuff I bought like ages and ages ago, like last year. But since my sister became vegan, I've just looked into it a lot more, and I've always loved animals, and I just hate the fact that they get used for vanity. So, I don't know. I just don't get it though, because there's like so many good makeup brands out there, like people like Too Faced, like NYX and all that, and they don't test on animals, and I think their makeup's amazing, so I don't really understand the logic. I always do check if it's cruelty free first, just because that's my personal opinion. That's just what I do. Like, I'm not slating anyone that does, obviously, because each to their own. Annoyingly, I've left my mascara downstairs, so I'm just going to quickly go in and do my under eye. I'm just going in with Buck from the Naked palette again. If anyone's wondering where I got this top from, Primark. £5. Win. Absolute win. Got it like last year though, so whether it still exists, I'm not too sure, but I reckon it would. Sorry, I'm just eating some chocolate. If you've never been to Hotel Chocolate before, go. This is like their Rocky Road, like, slab of chocolate. Actually, they've got crunchy pieces and stuff in it. Oh, so good. So first I'm just going to go in with the Maybelline Lash Sensational mascara. This is quite a good mascara, to be fair, but I feel like it's better once it's dried up a little bit more. Otherwise it's a bit too liquidy. And who likes that? Not me. Just a little bit of a tip. If you're looking to grow your eyelashes naturally without like wearing false lashes or adding fake lashes on, the best thing you can do, I think, is there's a thing called castor oil that I use on my eyelashes, and I'm not joking, I saw growth in my eyelashes after about 2 weeks of using it, because I feel every time you see something on YouTube or you see something written somewhere, you try it out and then you're disappointed by it like almost every single time. But this, I was not disappointed at all. I was literally so shocked how much my lashes had grown. So that's that eye. But then I'm going to go in with my L'Oreal Telescopic mascara and put some volume in there. That is the brush, the little comb. And for the bottom lashes, I'm just going in with the Benefit They're Real mascara. This also came in that little try package, so it's a little mini one which makes things a lot easier for my bottom lashes. There it is there, just typical comb really. Onto lips, shall we just? I always like to wipe my lips first because I don't like foundation lips. Yeah. Since I'm getting a bit of a summery vibe, I'm going to go in with the lip gloss from Kylie, and I'm going in with the colour Literally, as you can see there. I will be doing a video on these guys very shortly. I've only actually tried this one out, I haven't actually tried the other ones out, so the other ones will be a first impression. But from what I've seen from this lip gloss, I love it because it's got a really high pigmentation, and which I find quite rare as well from lip glosses, because it normally just sort of spreads out and then goes all sticky. And also it's not that sticky. I'll show you what I mean in a second. And I know I'm not going in with a lip liner, which is like, but yeah. Do you see what I mean? No stickiness. And last but by no means least, a bit weird, I forgot this process, but I'm going with the MAC Vanilla Pigment for highlight. And I'm just using, honestly I don't even know what this is. I think it's like some really cheapy crappy eyeshadow brush. So this is the finished look. I feel like the eyes didn't turn out too badly at all. I'm quite happy that I didn't put liquid eyeliner on because I think it makes it a little bit more subtle, but with the lip gloss I think it does give a really nice summery vibe, especially with the highlighter. But I really do hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I really do hope you create this look and like have learned something from this at least, or even so just enjoyed the video. But I will definitely be seeing you in my next video, but if you liked it, give it a big old thumbs up, and if you could subscribe, that'd be amazing. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.